While coaching my daughter's soccer team, one of the dads walked up behind me and said, "I know what you did at your last school." I didn't turn around right away. I blew my whistle, told the girls to run their drills, and then I turned around slowly. The man standing behind me was tall, wearing a polo shirt with the name of our school district on the chest. I'd never spoken to him before. I knew his daughter, Brianna, midfield, good footwork, quiet kid, but I had never learned his name. "I'm sorry," I said. He smiled, but it wasn't friendly. "I did some research. After they announced you as head coach," he crossed his arms. "Jefferson Middle School, 3 years ago." My chest went tight. I kept my face neutral. "I'm not sure what you think you know. I know you got fired." He said it loudly enough that a few nearby parents glanced over, and I know why. I looked out at the field. 12 girls, ages 10 and 11, running passing drills in the October cold. My daughter was one of them. Mia, number 7, ponytail flying, completely unaware that her mother was standing 15 feet away, trying not to show that her hands were shaking. "Maybe we should talk somewhere else," I said. "I'm fine right here." He tilted his head. "Were you planning on telling anyone? The principal? The other parents?" "There's nothing to tell." "That's interesting." He pulled out his phone. "Because I found the school board minutes from March of 2022. Your name's in there, Coach Renner. Disciplinary action. Termination of contract." He turned the screen toward me. "Misconduct. That's a pretty broad word." I looked at the phone. I looked at him. "Put that away. I've already sent it to 3 other parents." He shrugged. "I thought they deserved to know who was spending 3 afternoons a week with their daughters." Out on the field, Mia had stopped running. She was shielding her eyes from the sun looking toward us. I raised my hands so she could see I was fine. She went back to the drill. "What is it you want?" I asked. "I want you to resign before Saturday's game." He slipped the phone back into his pocket, quietly. "Tell them it's personal. Nobody has to know the real reason. And if I don't, then I go to Principal Hendricks tomorrow morning with everything I found." And I let him sort it out. He looked at the field for a second. "I'm just giving you the option to leave with your dignity." I was quiet for a long moment, long enough that he actually looked a little uncertain. Then I said, "How much did you find?" He frowned. "Enough. Tell me specifically. What did the board minutes say?" He pulled the phone back out and scrolled. "Termination of contract. Misconduct. Recommendation against future employment in district affiliated." "That's the public summary." I said. "Did you read the attached report?" He looked up. There was no attachment. There was. "It's not in the public archive because the case was sealed." I took a step toward him and kept my voice low enough that no one else could hear. "I wasn't fired for what I did. I was fired because I reported what someone else did. A parent. He was inappropriate with 2 girls on the team I was coaching. I documented everything and handed it to administration. They didn't want the liability. They terminated my contract and buried the report." He stared at me. "The misconduct notation stays because that's how they worded the paperwork to protect themselves. I sued the district. It was settled. The settlement agreement is also sealed, which is why none of that shows up in your search." I held his gaze. "The parent they were protecting, his last name was Callahan. Ring any bells?" He went very still. "Your brother-in-law coached youth athletics in Jefferson for 9 years, I said. "His name is in the sealed report." "So is yours, actually. You signed a character reference letter for him during the district's internal review." "I have a copy." The color drained out of his face. "So here's what I think is going to happen," I said. "I think you're going to walk back to your lawn chair. I think you're going to delete that text thread with the other parents, because if they start asking questions, the answers are going to be a lot worse for you than they are for me." I picked up my clipboard. "And on Saturday, Brianna's going to play midfield because she's worked hard and she's earned it. And you're going to sit in the stands and cheer for her like a normal parent." He opened his mouth. "I kept every document," I said. "Every email, every letter. I've been waiting 3 years for someone to make me use them." He closed his mouth. He looked at the field. He looked at me one more time, and whatever he was searching for, a crack, a bluff, anything to hold onto, he turned and walked back to his chair. I blew my whistle. "Mia, you're dropping your left shoulder on the cross pass." "Do it again," she groaned. "Mom, again." And she ran the drill, and I watched her. And the sealed file stayed exactly where it was, in a fireproof lockbox under my bed, right next to the letter from the district's own attorney that began, "We strongly recommend Ms. Renner be discouraged from pursuing further litigation, given what the full report contains."